Well, we're ready to get underway. First up, it's a Harry Wood. Joins us with BP Royal Highness. This one is a mare by Agenix du Sinor. The dam is by the Dutch sire Casper. Harry in good form here this week. He was in the lineup in the 5-year-olds and also has one qualified for the 6-year-old final in the main arena tomorrow morning. So first up in our Chroi 4-year-old National Championship, Harry Wood and BP Royal Highness. And this one, of course, bred at Greg Baldrick's very successful Ballypatrick stables, owned by Austin Broderick. Yes, give him a big round of applause. Our first one in, and a very, very nice display here from Harry Wood. A very nice mare for the future from Greg Broderick and the team at Ballypatrick. That's BP Royal Highness by Agenix du Sinor. Well, the next of our finalists here, it's a David Morn. He joins us with HHS Esterol. This one a gelding by Econix. The dam is by the Holstein sire Locarn Cappuccino. And David, in fact, was the big winner of the 4-year-old championship at the Mill Street International just a few weeks ago. They qualified for Dublin at Barnadown. It's owned by Molly Hughes Bravo from the HHS stud, the very, very successful HHS stud in County Kilkenny. Well, let's show your appreciation here for another very nice presentation. David Moore and HHS Esterol, the champion from Mill Street International. He's a gelding by Econix, and the first score on the board for you is for Harry Woods. BP Royal Highness, a score of 73. And of course, that could all change after round 2. As we said, our 6 finalists will be ridden by 2 of our international riders competing here this week at Dublin Horse Show. So we've also got the score now for David Moran's HHH Esterol, a score of 69.5. So now we go to the Connacht region. This time it's Shane Goggins, and he joins us with the Seafarer. This combination qualified at the RDS qualifiers at Mullingar by Gary Duff, Jar of Hearts, that competed in the National Grand Prix here in Ireland before he retired to stud. The dam of this one is by the Dutch sire Talibay, bred by James Joyce. It's owned by Noel Slattery. James, of course, who stands Gary Duff Jar of Hearts, and Gary Duff Jar of Hearts was the sire of a very good young horse that was placed in Millstring in the Boomerang final last year, the Seafarer. Well, I must say our four-year-olds take it all in their stride so far. It's another very nice round here for Shane Goggins and the Seafarer. That one, by the way, he's a stallion, and as we said, by Gary Duff, Jar of Hearts. So that was a score of 69.5. And a score here now, we've got a new leader. It's into the lead on a score of 73.5. Our last one just gone out there, the Stallion, ridden by Shane Goggins. So they lead it at the moment after their round on 73.5. Well, next to join us, it's Harvard Dragset now, who joins us with a Bullyborn horse this time. This is a Bullyborn Santos. It's a gelding by Super Gold Van der Vroeghoff, a Zangerside sire, the dam by the Dutch sire Plot Blue. And this is the combination that won the qualifier at Barnadown. Bullyborn, of course, who have won the 3-year-old finals and the 4-year-old finals here and Dublin previously. Oh, well done. A very nice round here from the winner of the qualifier at Barnadown. It's a very nice clear here for Harvard Dragset and Bullyborn Santos. That one by the Zangerside sire, Super Van der Vroeghoff. Well, it's the second last of our finalists now. Next up, it's Taylor Cummins, joins us with Ria Douale, qualified at Barnadown. This was a mare by El Barone, and the dam of this one by the Belgian-bred Toulon. Owned by Eddie Maloney. And the score for Bullyborn Santos is a score of 72 points, 72. So Shane Goggins and the Seafarer lead it at the moment on 73.5. Oh, well done. A very nice round here for Taylor Cummins and Ria Delia. Ria Delia certainly enjoying the atmosphere this afternoon. Give them a big round of applause as they make their way out. One of only two mares competing in our final this afternoon. So it's Shane Goggins that leads it on 73.5. Then we have Harry Wood and BP Royal Highness on 73, on 72. We have Bullybon Santos and Have It Dragsat on 71.5. Just gone out, Taylor Cummins and Ria Delia. And then at fifth, David Morn and HHS Esterel on a score 69.5, but very little between all of them. Well, if you just look down at the entrance scene, our two international riders are doing their warm-up before they come to ride the 4-year-olds in round two. We'll introduce them to you in a few moments, but they're two of our 5-star riders competing on the international circuit. Delighted to have them here at Dublin 2025 to ride our 6 finalists. Well, we can tell you the final one on their way in from the warm-up. Well, next to join us, it's Dave McAvoy, the last to go, as we said, in round one. This is Rich and Royal. In fact, it's a stallion, this one, by the Dutch sire Mumbai Banda Moorhof. The dam also Dutch-bred by Crunch, owned by Richard Kirby and Greg Broderick, the winners of the qualifier at the Meadows. Well, what a great couple of weeks it's been for Niamh, on the team that won the Team Silver at the Young Rider European Championships. And what a week she's had here at Dublin. The winner of 2 internationals here this week. And also she's the leading rider in the Premier Grand Prix Series at the moment. So well done. Let's give her a big round of applause. Niamh McAvoy, one of our leading young riders based here in Ireland. As we said, on our the European team that won the silver medal at the European Championships. Also the winner of 2 international classes here this week at Dublin Horse Show. Once again, give her one big round of applause and show your appreciation for one of our very, very talented young people. So, in fact, we do have a new leader. The last one to go there, Niamh McAvoy and Richard Roy. They lead it now on a score of 78. Then in second place, Shane Goggins and the Seafarer on a score of 73.5. In third place, BP Royal Highness and Harry Wood on a score of 73. In fourth, Bullybon Santos and Harvard Dragset on a score of 72. In fifth, it's Aria Delia and Taylor Cummins on a score of 71.5, and in sixth it's HHS Esterel and David Moore on a score of 69.5. So Kyle, what do you think of what you've seen so far?
Good horses, a lot of scope, almost all have really good gallops, and very impressive the models of the horses. Really nice types, good connections. It's impressive where the four-year-olds are in their rideability.
And you know, they've behaved so well in here, you know, and they've taken it all in their stride, you know, and it's a big setting here for a young horse.
Yeah, so I mean by the impressive how they handle it with it being 4 years old, just getting around to number 2 here, but just beside the outside of the ring is already very difficult, and they all handled that very impressive.
And the double going, or the last line here, just right under the stand.
Exactly. Number 2 in that last line, it's really where you see if a horse can stay focused on the fences, and I think they all did it very, very well. It's a hard job, this.
It sure is. But I think it's a much harder job for the guys coming in now. 2 of our international riders, their first time sitting on these horses. So first to join us, it's Richard Vogel from Germany. He's the current European champion, currently ranked number 6 in the world. Won the Sport Ireland Classic this week at Dublin Horse Show. He was the winner of the Young Rider Under 25 final in Aachen 3 times, trained with Luger Bourbon, and was also part of the German team at the Paris Olympics. So he joins us with BP Royal Highness. This one from Ballypatrick. Bred down at Ballypatrick as well. It's a mare, 2 of our mares here in the final by Agenix Dusinor. So, Richard, you're happy to go on your way? Yeah. Okay, well done, Richard Vogel. And he joins us with the first one here, BP Royal Highness, the mare by Agenik Stu Sonor. Oh, well done. Thank you for saluting our judge here this afternoon. Oh, well done. What about that first time sitting on this mare? And that's a lovely, lovely round here from Richard Vogel and BP Royal Highness. So Richard is now going to have a chat with our judge here this afternoon, Kyle Timms from Canada, because he'll be giving his opinion on the rideability and what he thought of her on our way around. Meanwhile, we've got the second of our international riders with us here this afternoon for our 4-year-old championship. It's William Greve from the Netherlands, member of the Nations Cup winning team that won the Aga Khan Trophy yesterday afternoon. Recent winner of the Grand Prix of Valkenvoort, and also competed at the European Championships in La Coruna in Spain. Please give him a big Irish welcome, William Greve from the Netherlands. Well, maybe we're just going to have a quick word with Richard. Richard, how did that feel, you know, first time sitting on the mare?
It's a very, very nice mare. I think she's a very nice, light type, very modern horse. Pays attention to everything. Okay, they're obviously only 4 years old. It's quite a new experience for them here, but in a very good way, very sensitive and yeah, paying attention to everything. I think the more she relaxed in here, then better she got. She had a very light drop at number 2, showed super reaction after. Yeah, has a very light jump, so I think a very promising horse for the future.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well done. Nice to get an insight into their round after completed. So all very positive there. But as we said, we will be holding the scores for the second round before we announce our champion for 2025. So William Graves just warming up now with HHS Estoril. Okay, William, when you're ready, you can start your round. So it's William Greaves now with HHS Estoril, the winner of the 4-year-old championship at Mill Street International just a few weeks ago. They qualified at Barnadown. It's a gelding by Econix, the dam by the Holstensar Locker and Cappuccino, owned by Molly Hughes Bravo. Oh, well done. Give it up for William Graves. First time sitting on this one. HHS Estoril by Econix. So, William, just before you go, first time sitting on this one, when you stand in them, he's a really big horse. Yeah, we're just going to, you need to give the score here for rideability. Sorry, we'll have a chat with you then. Sorry, William, as I said, he's a lovely big horse, isn't he, when you stand into him?
Yes, sir. He's a very tall baby. He still has a little bit the balance downhill, so I try to get him a little bit off my hand. The horse is very careful. He has a very good attitude, nice blood, and a good instinct in the ring. The rail is my fault. I kept him straight there, but I think it's a very nice horse.
Well done. Thank you very much. Certainly one for the future. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way out. William Greaves and HHS Estoril. So Richard Vogel now on board the Seafarer. This one's a stallion by Gary Duff, Jared of Hearts, qualified at Mullingar. Shane Goggins rode him in his first round. Okay, Richard, whenever you're ready. Okay. So Richard Greaves about to get underway with the Seafarer, the stallion by Gary Duff, jar of hats. And in fact, he was leading after round one. Sorry, in fact, he was in second place after round one on a score of 73.5. Richard Roy leading on a score of 78. Well, what about that? A huge jump over the last one there. Well done. So, William, by the sounds of it, you enjoyed that. This one is a stallion as well, and he's really behaved himself really well here today.
Yeah, also a very impressive horse, very nice stallion. Sometimes, you know, I really try to have the neck as long as possible, but sometimes it's still a bit hard with him. I think that's something that sorts itself out over the time when he gets more balanced, and you can work on that better to have the neck long. Then also everything in between the jumps with the rideability gets easier. That's, I think, the main key to most of the small questions mark there is right now. But I think the jump shows great potential, and for sure also a very promising horse for the future. Nice horse.
Well done. Thank you, William. And as you said, certainly one for the future. Give him a big round of applause. One of our stallions competing here in the final this afternoon. Lying in second place after round one. This is Noel Slattery's the Seafarer that qualified at Mullingar. So Richard Vogel is ready to get underway. And he's on board Bullyborn Santos. This one, the gelding by Super Gold van der Voorhoff, a Zangerside sire. And down by the Dutch bred Plot Blue. Owned and bred at Bullyborn. Well, that's a very, very good display again here. Our 4-year-old certainly putting on a great show here this afternoon. So that was Richard Vogel, but Bullybone Santos. So our thanks to the Department of Agriculture, Food and Marine, who have funded our young horse classes delivered by Horseport Ireland. Richard, just listening to that, used to be very impressed with that.
Oh, Richie. Oh, oh. Hey, Rich. Yeah, this horse, in the beginning, he had to get used to a little bit to me. I left him alone a bit at the jump, to actually give him more freedom and that he is a bit more in his own balance, not too much in my hand. And I must say the horse adapted very good at that. You have a very good feeling, a lot of acceleration in the air. Careful. No, I think this is a lovely horse, really.
Well done, thank you, Richard. Meanwhile, William is entertaining us here with his next one. So this is Richard Vogel warming up now with Rhea Delay, which was qualified at Barnet Down. And they had a score of 71.5 in the first round. Well done. He just said he's going to check the saddle before he starts. Well done, Richard. Well, he deserves a big round of applause after that. Well done, Richard Vogel. What a fantastic display of horsemanship. Well, Richard, that was interesting, but you survived it, and you showed a real horsemanship there, getting back up after that. But you still like her. You've forgiven her, I think, have you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not her fault that I can't sit on a horse. No, I think she's a great mare. I really actually like those types of horses. She for sure has a bit of her own mind, but as we can all see, she has great potential, is very light, a lot of blood. Yeah, maybe a bit of attitude, but that makes it a bit exciting, no, to work with those horses and to see what they do further in their career. But yeah, I think she has a lot of quality. She's very careful, has for sure enough jump, nice canter, and yeah, inside the ring or as you jump her, great attitude. And always nice to have also a horse underneath you with a bit of an own mind. I don't see that as a bad habit. I actually like to see that.
Oh, well done. Give him a big round of applause. Have a wonderful display here this afternoon. Richard Vogel, one of our top riders in the world at the moment. Well, we've got the last one here in our McCree 4-year-old championship to be ridden by our international rider. It's a William Greaves now who goes with Rich and Royal. This one is the stallion by the Dutch-bred Mumbai Van der Meerhof. The dam also Dutch-bred by Crunch, owned by Richard Kirby and Greg Broderick. Well, what a great way to finish off the second round of our McCree 4-year-old championship with a fine display here and a big jump over the last there for William Greaves and Rich and Roy. They were the winners of the qualifier at the Meadows this year, ridden in the first round by Niamh McAvoy, and they were leading it after round 1 on a score of 78. So, William, just before you go, you had a nice trip around there on this one. He's a stallion as well, and another one that's put in a very nice performance.
Yeah, thank you. This stallion I know before because he's KWPN approved and bred by Rule of Brill in Holland. Greg Broderick bought it with us in Holland, and I think it's a fabulous horse. He's, for his age, very mature, very complete, very good balance. Careful, very good instinct. I added one time on purpose on the second fence to see how his reaction was, but he has a very good shoulder. I think it's a very complete horse.
Well done, thank you, William. So we're going to ask you to come back when you've dismounted, so you can concur with the other two to decide the result for our 4-year-old McCree Championship for 2025 here at Dublin Horse Show. Let's give him a big round of applause, our last one, as he makes his way out. And it's absolutely wonderful to have 3 5-star riders here judging our 4-year-old championship final. Now we're going to have the top 6 in, and then we'll announce the result. Our 3 judges still conferring. Well, as we said, when we have the result, we'll give it to you very shortly, and we're going to announce it in reverse order from 6th up to 1st. So, ladies and gentlemen, two of our judges are leaving us because they are very, very busy here this week. So I would like you to show your appreciation for William Grieve from the Netherlands and to Richard Vogel from Germany. They've done a wonderful job here this afternoon. And, you know, we are honoured to have them here to ride our foils. And we've got a small token. Aileen is going to present on behalf of Dublin Horse Show. There's some glue in that as well. Well, Kyle Tim is staying with us, just making sure and cross-checking all the scores before you give you the result. Well, we can tell you, Dr. Sonia Egan is on her way from the main arena, and she'll be joining us for the presentation here on behalf of Horseport Ireland. Our sponsors of our Young Horse Championships, once again here at the Dublin Horse Show. Well, just join us in the ring, Seamus Hughes Kendi, who's going to join us and present the trophy, the Seamus Hughes Memorial Trophy, in memory of his late grandfather. Seamus, delighted to see you here in Simmons Courts, because you competed here on many, many occasions, down through the years, on ponies and young riders, and you've gone to the top of the ladder, jumping 2 clear rounds in the Aga Khan Trophy yesterday afternoon. It must have been some thrill.
Yeah, it was great to be able to have jumped. You know, I started off jumping here back in 13.2s, and Simmons Court was the first time I made it, and to make it to the main ring and to see the crowd and feel all that atmosphere is great. But it all starts here at the 4-year-olds, and you know, there's some great Irish breeding, and very lucky to have 2 brilliant riders there, Vogel and Richie Vogel and Willem Greve, to ride around a couple of the horses. So great class to be able to see, and good for the breeders and everything. See, you know, what foreign riders might think of their horses as well. So I think it's all a great idea, and you know, proud to have a Seamus Hughes Memorial Trophy as well to honour my late grandfather, and I'm sure he would have loved to see us jump the Aga Khan yesterday too, and yeah, to try do double clear for him. I think it was, you know, great for him as well. So.
Absolutely. And you know, your family and all your relations, you've produced horses, you know, from a young age. You didn't go out and buy made horses, and these are all horses that you brought up through the grades yourselves.
Yeah, I suppose we've had ESI Rocky now since he was a 3-year-old. You know, he was bred by Andrew Hughes down in Ennisnag Stud down the road, and you know, there's been plenty great horses as well. There's been you know, he jumped double clear as an Irish sport horse. Seen earlier that the other the last 2 horses to do it were Going Global and Kilkenny. And Kilkenny was bred by Tom Brennan as well, another cousin of ours too. So it's great to be able to have horses come up through our family and for us to train them and bring them up to the level.
And of course, Shemmy, I recently said to somebody, I'd hate to be competing down in Kilkenny because the amount of talented young riders down there, it's unbelievable, all within 10 miles of each other.
Yeah, you know, it was, I suppose, I was saying earlier that I learned to ride a bit at Maloney's in Warrington, so for Emily to go out and win a couple gold medals there was great, and sure, then between the Brennans as well over in Gorn and, you know, the rest of the Hugheses and the Fitzpatricks, and then only down the road in Thurles is where all Greg's lads are, and then, you know, there's everyone everywhere, and the O'Neills over the road, and the Foley's up in Carlow. It's you know, there's plenty of great families all within 40 minutes now.
It's a hot spot down there, believe me. So we're going to get the result of the top 6, and we're going to announce it very shortly. Kyle, the 4-year-olds, they went, some of them went much better in the second round and really impressed, didn't they?
Yeah, the horses changed a bit, and it was interesting to see them with very different riding styles, I think. You have, you know, Dutch style, German style, Irish style. It's interesting to see who holds more gallop, less gallop, how those horses react to the hand, and also riders I'm sure they're not used to. I think with 4-year-olds, they've probably had more or less the same riders for their career so far. So yeah, it was impressive.
It was a very interesting class, and I thoroughly enjoyed it this year. You brought a real, it was great to see 5-star riders and getting their opinions on our young stock here.
For sure, and it's great to have a panel of, you know, 3 and sitting on the horse is an unbelievable thing I've never seen before, because, yeah, I'm judging by what I see, and then sometimes it changes a bit with the rider and also with the Willem and Richie's feeling also we have to trust. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting to see for the future.
Well, in fairness, they were outstanding here this afternoon, and especially Richard after that little instant up here, getting straight back up and getting on with it.
Yeah, we know our jobs. We just got to keep going.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Give it up for Kyle Tim, our judge from Canada, with us here this afternoon. Oh, well, Kyle, we got a little thank you present for you too, on behalf of from Dublin Horse Show. So Dr. Sonia Egan has joined us from Horseport Island for the presentation. So first up, our first presentation goes to 6th in the lineup in our McCree for your national championship final. In 6th place, David Moran and HHS Esterel. In 5th place, Taylor Cummins and Rhea Duala. In 4th place, Shane Goggins and the stallion, the Seafarer. In third place, Harry Wood, and the mare, BP Royal Highness. So who is going to be our 2025 four-year-old champion at Dublin Horse Show? It's down to the final two. But we're going to have the presentation first to third place, Harry Wood. Well, both our last two owners have won the Chroi National Championship before here at Dublin Horse Show. So in second place, it's Harvard Dragset and Bullybone Santos. So that means our champion four-year-old here, a champion of the Chroi National Championship at Dublin Horse Show 2025. They've done it again. Please give it up for Niamh McAvoy and Rich and Royal. Well, he has been very consistent all week. And of course, they come here on the back of the winning the qualifier at the Meadows this year. He's a stallion as well. By the Dutch bred Mumbai Van der Moorhef, the dam Dutch bred as well by Crunch, owned by Richard Kirby and Greg Broderick. So now Seamus Hughes Kennedy is going to present the Seamus Hughes Memorial Trophy on behalf of his late grandfather, Seamus Hughes. Well, what a couple of weeks it's been for Niamh on our team that won the Team Silver at the European Championships. And she's won 2 international classes here this week. Also, she's the leading rider on the Premier Grand Prix Series. The final which takes place at the Irish Breeders' Classic weekend. So now we're ready for the lap of honour. So let's give it up for our champion four-year-old here at Dublin Horse Show 2025, Niamh McAvoy and Rich Royal. Second, Harvard Dragset and Bullybone Santos. Third, Harry Wood and BP Royal Highness. Fourth, Shane Goggins and the Stallion the Seafarer. Fifth, Taylor Cummins and Ria Delia. And sixth, David Morn and HHS Estoril. So well done to all our breeders, our producers, and especially our riders who've done a magnificent job on these youngsters. Certainly we've seen some wonderful young stars here in the Simmons Court Arena, and certainly a lot to look forward to.